You woke? Time to get up. Hello and welcome to Thought You're Woke No Speed Limit Podcast. I'm your host, Alvin. I hope you guys are having a terrific day. I just wanted to do one brief story today that's something different than politics because we've been talking about the debates and it's like overload and the Supreme Court and everything they're doing. So I wanted to get away from that today. But I want to tell y'all something first. I want to thank y'all for being my viewers, for watching my videos, being the most awesome viewers in the world. And for those, this is your first time here, just make sure that you hit that share button. That like button. Subscribe. Everybody else, make sure you like and share. And please leave a comment if you wish below. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give a little brief background here. I'm going to talk about Bronnie James today. As you know, Bronnie James, a few years ago, made headlines for all the wrong reasons. He collapsed on the basketball court at UCLA, had to be revived uh, by paramedics. His heart stopped. He had a rare condition that happens to some players during conditioning. He has not had a problem since. But he did transfer to Tennessee, and he played 2 seasons at Tennessee. He averaged about 2.5 points a game, 2.3 assists a game. He didn't have a lot of great numbers, but he was a better defender. So he has been drafted by the Lakers. Now we know that his father is the one LeBron James, probably the most popular, most famous NBA player in all of all times, next to Michael Jordan. You know the top three are Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron. Probably LeBron comes second now, and Kobe comes third, but they're the top three. The other thing is, all of them have rings. Multiple rings. LeBron, I think Kobe has three. Uh, Jordan has like what, four or five, six rings, something like that, and then LeBron has four. So everybody's got rings. Everybody's got rings. That's the thing. Um, what else is good about LeBron? LeBron's 40 years old and still one of the top NBA players. Let's just be honest with you. 40 years old, he's still one of the top NBA players. We're kind of getting into that period where nobody can be the dominant team, and reason why is everybody's got superstars. But at the same time, because of that, that makes LeBron look even more dominant than he was before. So what's going on here with the Bronny James situation and the fact that he got drafted to the same team where his father is something that we call nepotism. What is nepotism? Nepotism refers to the practice of favoring a relative's friends or associates, often by granting them jobs or other advantages based on the connection rather than their merit. So, like I said, there's some people who are looking at Bronny James' statistics saying he doesn't deserve to be here. Um, he went to the NBA draft. He went through all the things. He went to the draft combine. He did all those things. And apparently, somebody thought he should be drafted 55th in the 55th round. The Lakers did. Now, it is ironic that the team that drafted him was the Lakers, who had LeBron, who could this year opt out of his contract. And there was rumors and talks that LeBron might opt out of his contract to try to be on the team wherever his son ended up, right? So guess who ended up drafting him? Yep, that's right. So here's all the things that are around it. First, let me talk about the fact that Bronny James was the 55th pick, which means that he was in the second round, which means that he does not have a guaranteed contract like everybody else. He's got to work to get it in order to get a permanent seat in the Lakers table. He may have to go down to the G League. He may have to start at the bottom at the G League and work his way back into the league. He's going to have to do summer league, definitely. He's going to play a lot of basketball over the next couple of months. Most basketball players at this point, at this level, do play a lot of basketball. So he's going to have to play a lot of basketball to get himself to that next level. On top of that, here goes the question with his pick at 55th. There's a lot of people saying there could be other guys that had more, there were better players that could have been at this spot. He took somebody's spot. So some of those guys signed as free agents. And those free agents have to work their way up to the NBA too. So we'll see how all of that works out, right? That's how that ends up happening. Everybody's going to play in the summer league. Some guys going to show something. They'll move on. They'll be a part of the NBA team. They may not even be in the starting lineup unless they're just explosive and show them a lot that like they're just the best players ever. Then they'll get in. Of course, number one, the top 10. A lot of them guys will get a lot of playing time in the NBA, but like lower draft picks, probably not so much. Like I said, top 10, top 20, those guys will get a look. Meanwhile, the guys at the bottom of the draft, probably not so much. And they will have to work their way up like G League things. And people talking about Bronny probably playing the G League some and then playing the Lakers some. We'll see what happens, right? So I'm bringing all this up to say this. I personally don't have a problem with Bronny James being drafted, though I do see an issue that's looming for the fact that his father was on the team and the team needed to keep his father on the team, so they drafted Bronny James. So there comes the favoritism, nepotism, just drafting him to get his son on the team. Now, if will that hurt the Lakers? We'll see, because the Lakers need a lot of things right now. I think they definitely need a shooter. They got good defense, but they need a shooter. And somebody who's a consistent shooter. There's a lot of guys on the team that can shoot threes, but a consistent shooter, somebody who can shoot on every night. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe they'll pick somebody up in free agency that can do that. Um, I don't know. As far as the Lakers are concerned, I'm a fan of LeBron. Fan of the Lakers, have been since Magic. Uh, that's no lie. I used to like Larry Bird on the Celtics. I can't falsify that. Or I love Jordan on Chicago, but I still always have loved the Lakers. Lakers have been my team. When Kobe was playing there, I was there for every game, man. Kobe won those championships. I was there. And I had some issues with Kobe. Believe me, his attitude sometimes. But anyway, I still love the NBA for that matter. So my problem with this is like I'm looking at this and I'm saying I hope that this team didn't just pick up Brian James because they're trying to keep LeBron James, that they actually fulfill the needs. I haven't really liked their moves lately on the Lakers. I mean, they made a lot of mistakes. Remember a couple of years ago, uh, they had a squad you thought would have made it to the championship, but they had Brooks on that team, and no, they weren't going to make it. So, it's like they let LeBron make some decisions about who's going to play there, and that's been a problem for me. And this may be a problem also. We shall see. LeBron's at the end of his career, and I know he wants to finish it strong. He wanted to be there with his son in the NBA. That was a great thing for him. Now, he's not the only one like this in the league, because people forget that Giannis over there with the Timberwolves has his Giannis has his brother playing on the team. He's like on the bench, but he's on the team, right? So Giannis has his brother there. He's not one of the best players in the NBA, but he's on the team. He's not the only one. There's some other ones. I think Jokic or Kukoc. A lot of these guys have their players on team. Some of the guys forget that Isaiah Thomas had a son in the league at one time that some of the other guys that have played before. Their sons and daughters have played in the league. They've got drafted. Part was they played good in college, but the other thing was their father was in the NBA. Remember Ken Griffin Jr., right? I'm saying Rice has got his son come to the NBA. Some other guy, in the NFL. We've had some other guys in the NFL where their kids then got drafted and they're in the NFL. And we can't say that somehow their fathers play in the NFL did not influence them getting drafted, even if their father wasn't playing at the time. We talk about, promotion. LeBron is not the owner or the manager of the team. Yeah, he's the star on the team. He can have some say so in who gets on the roster and how they fit in the team because he's considered the leader on the team. But at the same time, he's not the manager. He's not the owner of the team. He doesn't make those final decisions. And all I want to say about that is, people are going nuts over this and hating on nepotism, and nepotism has been an ongoing thing. I know in my job, I worked at a company where, especially in the customer service side, where a husband and wife worked on the floor, and they did the same job. They may not have worked on the same team, but they worked together. They worked at the same job, same hours, everything. I worked at a retail store where brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers worked. I've even seen where one father was the manager of a store and the son was the district manager. I've seen that. I mean, that happens, but they can't show these people favoritism because how the rules work, and they really aren't supposed to be in the same district, stuff like that. That happens. You have cousins and stuff like that work together. The rules vary by job. Like if you both on the same level, y'all can't show each other favoritism anyway. You're both working at the same job. You may say encouraging things to the boss about your cousin, but that still doesn't get you promoted. It's up to the boss to get you promoted. And it's not just your cousin, your brothers, your sisters, and all that. Nepotism is about your friends. You can hire your friends, getting your friends promoted, and they don't deserve to get promoted when there's other people who are qualified for the job. That's possible too, and that happens all the time. We talk about the good old boy network, right? The problem with the world is the good old boy network. So CEOs of companies, we said that's fine, right? It's okay for a CEO to have his son take his job or his daughter to take his job. It's okay for him to get his best friend the CEO job or so on and so forth, whether they're qualified or not. So I have a problem with this whole idea of nepotism anyway, because the good old boy network has existed for years in other things, but now we're talking about it in basketball. Black people or white people, doesn't matter who it is, they're talking about this, talking about it's disgusting and awful, whatever. That's all I can say. As far as I'm concerned, Bronny just has to show us that he can play. If Bronny does the work, his dad's there, he kind of can, push him along and tell him some things, that's great. Other guys don't get that advantage. But at the same time, he's got to do the work. He's got a target on his back. He will always be known as Bron's son until he shows that he's somebody himself. Other than that, everybody says he's got an advantage because his dad's here. And the target, like I said, there's going to be a target on his back. No matter where he plays or what he does, there will be a target on his back because his dad's in the NBA. That's why Bronny has to show up week in, week out. He's a rookie. They do, they're gonna show you they're gonna do the welcome to the NBA, just like any other sport. Welcome to the NBA, Rook. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it, and it's how he responds that will determine how his career will go in the league. And that's what I want to see. I want to see how his career goes. Even if next 2 years he ain't playing for the Lakers anymore, he's playing somewhere else. Maybe for the Timberwolves, maybe for the Celtics, maybe for New York, wherever. Wherever he's playing, he could be playing in Carolina. Who knows? But he needs to show that he deserves to be there. That's what counts, folks. That's all my time. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
You have been listening to Thought You're Awoke No Speed Limit Podcast.